Hey, doing everybody? This is P&D 51010, and today we're going to be looking at footage of, once again, Drunvalo Melchizedek for the fourth time, I think it is. And I don't really normally focus on any one individual for that length of time, but I guess it's different with Drunvalo here because each segment or each capture has gotten progressively worse. It's like an evolution, so to speak. From the first one to the second one to the third to the fourth one. This one, I think, is the most disturbing because the majority of the anomalies are in the eyes, and the eyes being the gateway to the soul and where we connect with the individual, it just makes it that much more disturbing because the transformations are pretty, as you can see here. I mean, right off the bat, you can see the slit pupil here, and it's pretty clear, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, throughout this footage we're going to see, like I said before, we're going to focus mostly on the eyes because that's where the majority of the severe shifting is happening, and it's mostly in the eyelids when he blinks, so we're going to be focusing on that instance, the part where he blinks, because they appear bruised or there's striations or ridges or extreme texture change. It's just very, it almost, like I just said, it looks like he got punched in both his eyes sometimes, and it's just very freaky. So we'll get into it. I just want to show you this. And you have to bear with me. I mean, in order for us to see these shifts, they're they happen very fast, so we're going to have to watch it frame by frame, literally every frame, in order to catch it, because it's just very hard to catch. So you have to bear with me and be patient. Boom, look, you can see how it went from the slit pupil back to a normal eye. And we'll see a lot of that, as if it resets. There is some tooth morphing as well. Not as clear, not as pronounced as the anomalies in the eyes, but still there nonetheless. But it's mostly like now, in instances like this, when his eyes are closed. Here we can see some bit of transparent eyelids in his right or left eye. You can see in this region right here, you can see his iris underneath the closed eye. And you can see how they're discolored. In every instance when they're closed, as we're going to view, they're very discolored. Let's continue on here. Like I said before, frame by frame, we have to be very patient because they happen very quickly. See? And then it snaps back. In real time, if you're not consciously aware of what's going on here, you can miss it. So, and that's the other advantage of using a video camera like this, is when the shifts are severe, people can't accuse me of placing these images, you know, in the frame, like they've done with the George Kavassilis footage. A lot of people have accused me of placing those images there. If anybody placed them there, it's him, and I don't know why he would do that. So you can see all the anomalies as is on his channel. But here we can see again, he's in the midst of blinking, and this is when the anomalies occur. Not as severe there, but still there nonetheless. You can see his eyes here, very beady like. Let's see, where are we? You can see his tongue, he's sticking out his tongue, and not that that's significant in any way, but in the fashion and the manner that he does it, very quick and very snake-like, makes it very suspicious. Or makes it significant enough to take note. Alright, we're going to be getting up to some more significant eye morphs here. Here we can see the striations start to begin in his right eye. Yeah, our right, his left eye. You can see it almost looks like it's sewn shut, so to speak, almost, kind of. See if I can get close enough. There's like ridges. Let's get back and go forward here. Let's see, where are we? Okay. You can see how it's very discolored, and there's like a green hue overlaying it, almost like black and blue, like it's bruised, like I mentioned before. And here it kind of like fuzzes out, kind of in a very strange way, as if the masking program is like blocking it out. But you can see a slip pupil behind it, and you'll see a slip pupil start to appear in a couple seconds here. A very significant one too. I don't want to miss it. Okay, here you can see it start to appear. You can see in this eyelid right here is transparent when it's closed, and this eyelid is completely closed, but yet there's a slit or some type of breach in his eyelid there. And it resets back to normal. And it doesn't even faze them, I think, because they just assume people won't even notice it, or will attribute it to some type of video deficiency. So, who cares? Oh, I just missed a good one there. See if we can go back to it for 1 second, because that was pretty good. I will just check the whole thing out one more time. This is going into it. Sort of goes back to normal. Then it starts to get worse here. And we can see it's sort of slit in his left eye. Look at that. It's almost a complete reptilian transformation in the eye. Very scary. That's why I said I feel this one's the most disturbing yet. And then they bug out again. Here again, more significantly, his right eye starts to flux very, very severely. And again, his more devout followers would just attribute this to pixelation or some type of video problem. It's a lot more easier to do that. I completely understand where they're coming from, because believe it or not, when I first was introduced to this material, this whole reptilian shape-shifting thing, or the whole shape-shifting phenomena, because I'm sure that there's not just reptilian. I call them reptilian because the reptilian features, so I'm assuming all these entities that we're seeing here are reptilian, but I'm sure there's other entities that are masked as human. Even though humans do have a significant amount of reptilian genetics, you know, we all have a reptilian genetics within us. We all can be considered hybrids. It's just those with the 50-50 split that are able to shapeshift. Shapeshift. But here we can see his eyes still in flux, yeah. I mean, like I said before, you know, viewing this in real time, it could be very easy to overlook. It's only when slowing it down do we see the severity of it. Let's focus on the mouth a little bit. We could see some mouth morphing here. Wow. See, and look at the eyes. Look how strange it is. It's almost as if you could see like slit pupils behind it. They're just very ghostly looking, very whitish. The energy this Drunvalo character gives off to me is just very, like I said, very deceptive. Somebody left a comment, one of his followers, I assume, that's my own energy that I'm feeling. I guess so. I mean, if you can't identify that something's wrong here while looking at this guy, then either you just don't want to, or your awareness is just, I don't know. I weep for it. And look, we can see. Look how barely it's starting to break down here. See some shifting in his mouth going on. I'm kind of in no man's land right now. This is footage that I haven't reviewed. We're kind of just improvising here, so kind of waiting for something to happen. And sure enough, it does. Here we can see the slit pupil starting to... Well, you can see what looks like a slit pupil. I'm not sure if it's... I mean, maybe you can make it out better. If you could view the source video, I'll put it in the description box as always. You can make it out. But it seems like there's a slit pupil behind it, or something behind it. Most of the time you can make out the whole eye behind a closed eyelid. Here we can see him doing the tongue spout thing again. A lizard flick. Also you can see his jaws morphing out pretty bad. Like I said before, you can see them. You'll view the source video. It's a lot more clear. Just use YouTube Downloader to slow it down, like frame by frame, a true frame by frame. YouTube skips a lot of frames when you try to view it frame by frame from their player. Here we can see his left eye starting to change. Look at it. It's very almond shaped. It's almost as if he's straining or struggling to keep it from happening. Or at least that's what I can make out from his facial features. The grimaces that he makes. Ooh, look at his left eye there. We're in our last minute here, so we'll just cruise along. Boom, and back to normal. Very strange. Like I said, we'll cruise along here. Hopefully we'll see some anomalies. I'm sure we will. You can see when it starts to get severe, sometimes the masking program will catch it and stop it, or maybe it's him that's stopping it. I don't know if it's genetic or from some type of technology malfunction, who knows. We're in the last 10 seconds here, but hope you like this. This will be the last video on Drunvalo here, and be well and be at peace, everyone.